Okay, I'm going live, and all right, you know what? Yeah, it works. I'm just gonna assume that it works. I can hear my voice, and the volume's not that bad. So usually I do this kind of stuff like later at night, like super later at night. But I happen to have found time today, and it is getting hot. I just came back from dropping Chuck off at checkpoint A for him to be picked up. We sent to checkpoint B. Almost seems like I'm going back to the days that I used to be a official transporter. But let me tell you guys about my week. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys have had it up to, like, here with all the political stuff that's happening, and like I have a stance on that, I do, but I'm not going to talk about that here because I think I talked about all the craziness in the world already on my Facebook, my Instagram, and everything else that I happen to have. Not Instagram, Twitter. I don't have an Instagram yet. But I think I have explored and found my answer in those other public posts, so I don't think I need to speak about them here. And I talked about them to friends and family and people who I feel cared to enough to have listened, and I think I feel okay with quote unquote my own answer. So I'm not gonna talk about any of that right now. But I am going to tell you a couple things that happened. Well, alright, so last Monday my tire got popped. Now, if you're part of my Facebook group, or even looked at, I think the last video, the last on-the-spot video, you see I made a video, a collection of on-the-spot footage of my tire and it being popped and me dealing with that. And also the fact that that a police officer, a trooper kemphart, stopped and, he helped me put in a donut, which is helped me remove my tire, put in a donut. It was just really cool. I love all my encounters with police officers, even quote unquote the bad ones. I understand that in the way they could have gone worse. Obviously, I could be dead. But once again, we're not talking about politics or anything like that. The fact that this cop didn't have to stop. He could have been like, oh, that guy's doing a tire. Not gonna fuck with that guy. Not gonna mess around with it. He could have kept going, but he stopped. And not only did he not fuck with me, he was like, hey, can I help you? Which is great, which is awesome. It's just stuff that the world needs to see and needs to hear. So, there's, as Sue says, not all cops are assholes, or a-holes as she would say, but so yeah, that was interesting, but I had to deal with that, my tire being popped. And when my tire popped, I'm like, oh my god, that was already in the midst of me getting a letter from the courthouse from where my son's at saying hey, we can't waive your filing fee. And I'm like, all right, how much is that? It's close to $200. And I'm like, kind of a push. If that wasn't the only thing I had to worry about, but this is also, granted, for all you guys don't know, my birthday was last Friday. I was the 12th. But yeah, it was my birthday, but my son's birthday is also this month too, next week. So it was oh, I got that, and days that it isn't 40 and 50 here. All right, so the weather recently has just been crazy. Some days it'll be 40, 50, and then it'll shoot up to 80 and 90, and then it'll come back down by nighttime to 40. And I'm I can't make. I'm should I leave my window open? Should I put a fan here? Should I put a fan? Because some days I need 2 fans working, and other days it's so cold. I gotta close all the windows and stuff. So it's just kind of a lot. So I was thinking, okay, maybe if I get myself a cooling system. I've seen them before where it's a fan, but it's actually able to cool down the actual area. So, especially with all the electronics that I happen to have here, thanks to Simon, I definitely wanted to see if I could purchase one of those. However, well, at least for the tower here. So I had that, the tire replacement, the court fees, and my son's gift. More than one, because I actually do have more than one. Where is it? Okay, there it is. And I was kind of freaking out about, okay, how am I going to do this? And Chuck and Sue were being very nice. They're like, okay, well, we can help you. We're here to help. I'm like, all right, yeah, I appreciate that. Give me until, I think at the point it was look, if you don't get it fixed soon, we're just going to fix it for you. And I'm like, all right, look, give me until Saturday. So, Friday, Saturday, I fixed everything. I had a friend help me with obtaining a gift for Xavier, and I think he's gonna freaking love it. I'll let you guys know whenever he gets it, or at least whenever it gets sent out, or maybe even next week. But whenever I do my video next week, I'm gonna try to do it Monday mornings, rather than like Monday night. Like, you know, if I'm gonna do it like at nighttime, I might as well do it on like a Sunday night. But I'm usually like, you know, busy at nighttime. So actually I'm busy all the time. But yeah, my friend's gonna help me out with that. With the court fees, I called them up and explained them the situation and the whole complicated situation. Like, okay, look, and the fact that, like, you know, I needed it waived before. The fact that there are errors and problems now doesn't change the fact that I still need help. So, you know, the woman who I'm gonna give her the code name Dawn, she was very helpful, very helpful. Dawn was very helpful in trying to she's gonna send me back the paperwork, have me redo it. It's gonna give me an extension on it. So that's just great. That's just great stuff. The tire replacement, my boy Big D helped me out with that. Saturday was the day we were supposed to go out. Saturday morning, we're calling all over these places, and they're like, yeah, we're closed, we can't do that, we can't do this. It's like, it's like, you know, screw it. We're just gonna order it. It's gonna come in on Wednesday. It's gonna come here. I just put the sucker around, bada bing, bada boom, boom. My car is gonna be drivable again, and hopefully next weekend, not the weekend coming up, like maybe the upcoming Sunday might actually be that day. I'm gonna try to get my ball bearing, my wheel bearing. I'm gonna check my passenger side wheel to make sure everything's right. And whatever isn't right, it's gonna get fixed. And then next month, I'm gonna try to actually work on. There's this particular like cable line that needs to be it's not broken or anything. It just needs to be replaced, and I kind of wanted to get that replaced. So I feel that it's like the word's not safer, but like I feel that I'm taking care of my car, because when you take care of your car takes care of you. So yeah, there's that. For Xavier, I can probably show you the one, because like I want to give him something new. I want to give him something bought. How do I mean that? Like. All right. So what was it? Something new, something blue, something borrowed. So the new thing is this. I'm gonna send him. This is a copy that I got for myself. And it's like, oh, Dad, that's so cool. And I'm like, yep, I know what I'm getting him. I'm getting him this. I'm gonna send him this. He's gonna get this from me because he likes Pikachu. Apparently, it's the only Pokemon that he is even aware of. So I'm sending him that. Summertime is here, so my friend suggested, like, oh, you should get him. You know what? I'm not gonna say the name. So just suggested it. I'm gonna get him X. So, her whole family is helping me get him X. So I guess that's something like community-wise. So I kind of like borrowed, and something, something new, and I only say something new, blue, and borrow, because it reminds me of what I want to do. Something new, something bought, and something made. And I'm hoping I can figure out something that I can make for him. I'm not entirely there yet, but I'm gonna figure it out. I got like a week and a half ish to figure it out. So like, I got my week to kind of like, I got a lot of things to do this week. So there's that. My uncle told me that he was in a race last week, which really sucks because I forgot that they still, he invited me to a race that they did a couple weeks ago, but it rained out. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm sure he'll let me know when the next one came out. And honestly, I didn't even ask because there was a lot of things going on here and there on my end. So I didn't get around to asking him. So, I lose train of thought because of one small thing. But yeah, it turned out that they seem to be racing every week. So they raced last weekend and he was in a crash. And it's like, whoa, crap. Like, not only did I miss that day, but I missed you crashing? Are you okay? Like, obviously I'm standing in front of you. I'm like, yeah, point taken. So what happened? He was like, racing happens. Sometimes that shit happens. When you walk, you trip. When you hit the walls, like, no, the guy in front of me decided to stop. Like, there's a story behind it, but like, I'm not gonna get too far into it. So I was like, oh well, it's not that I wasn't necessarily kept in a loop about that, but like, they have obviously their own shit to take care of. If I want to be part of the loop, I have to be kind of more involved. So one of the things I want to do either this month or next month is at least go to one of the races. Granted, there's an interest fee and everything else for that, but like, you know, it's not that major. But with all the money financial problems I just talked about earlier, you know, it's gonna be kind of interesting to try and see how I can pull that off. Hold on. So, really? Oh, come on, no. I got one of these guys around here somewhere, right? Give me a couple seconds, guys. I know I have one of them around here somewhere. I know I have like 12 of them somewhere around here somewhere. I don't know what's wrong with it. I need to get a there we go. I have to get a flint for it. Alright, so where was I? Luckily I make notes. Hold on. Why? Alright. Sorry, being silly. I'm gonna have to wash my hands. Well, luckily I have a washing station right outside the room. My washing station, by the way, for me. Alright. So yeah, I'm not gonna go for that. Something else something happened recently. And Hunter's always telling me this kind of stuff, like, you know, be careful about people because people will always kind of want your attention, want your effort. But the moment that like you require effort or time from them, they'll be, you know, quick to kind of like, you know, ditch, abandon, you know, that kind of stuff. And in the beginning of whenever I met my ex-wife, I felt she gave me that time and you know, the time of day. In a world full of people, it's kind of hard to find somebody who's willing to give you the time of day, give you a chance. I get that. I totally get that. And whenever I met her, she gave me that. And even whenever she didn't during our marriage, I was like, well, she's still here, you know? She gave me that time of day kind of thing. Obviously, because she's an ex, that's gone and over with, but the idea, like, to find anybody that gives me that kind of same, not even the same, just give me that level of effort to feel wanted, I guess. So it seems like an impossibility in a way. And every time I think I found something, it always seems like to slip away. Like, you know, they just kind of not care, or like they toss me to the back kind of thing. And trust me, this is gonna come back later. Like it's going full circle kind of thing. One of the things I made sure I wanted to do, I wanted to always, like, all right, let me rephrase that. What I learned from what happened what happened with the incident of 2014 was I never want to look like the fool again. And I mean that in the sense that, like, whenever anybody said anything negative or bad about my ex-wife, I always just like, you know, that you're wrong. She's my wife. I love her to death and she loves me. We have a family together, a house together, car. Like, you know, we were starting to make it. And then whenever everything came to light, like I alienated a lot of people before it came to light. Like I was like, oh look, if you can't accept her, then it means in a way you can't accept me. So I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna associate with you. I'm not gonna chill with you. You know. And then when everything happened, it was just kind of like, this is hard. I felt like I was a fool because my friends, my family were all telling me, "Oh, she's doing this, she's doing that, yada yada yada," and I was like, "She's my wife. I believe her," and that made me look. To me, at the very least, when I look myself in the mirror about the situation, is that I could have sworn I muted you. So that's one of the things that I just constantly tell myself, like, look, don't be the fool. You know, if it's time to walk away, walk away. If it was time to address an issue, then address the issue. However, I still find myself struggling to move my schedule around to accommodate other people. And then the other person, like I could tell you several people who I dated, like, oh yeah, we're going to do something. For instance, you know, since there were like people who I used to date, I'm not going to try to hide their names. Jen. There were a lot of times that we were supposed to go see Batman v Superman the weekend it opened, and I freed up my entire day. I rushed to get things done ahead of time, and that day, no call, no phone call, just empty. And I'm like, like that's the kind of stuff that, like, burns me inside. Like, okay, I look like a fool now because I opened up my schedule to free up my entire day, and now I'm just sitting here waiting for a phone call that never came. It's like I seriously don't seem to learn my lesson now. So started to slow, like not even Jen, like sometimes Danny even did that, my ex. And like I understand her situation a little bit more than I did Jen. Jen just was just flaky. And like people who were always able to keep the schedules with me and understand how busy I am, and that for me to free up time to like hang out with them was not an easy task. Like that always was just like important to me. So I guess one of the things I realized, especially in the last week or so, a few people who like you know, I freed up my schedule for them, and you know, or I did X, Y, and Z, and they just kind of like, you know, just kind of ducked out of it. And like, one, I try not to do that myself, and two, I need to start realizing that, like, you know, I need to give people strikes. And I understand that things happen. I'm completely understandable with that. But like, you know, let me know when it happens, kind of thing. Give me the time to explain. Give me the effort. You know, don't just be like, oh yeah, he'll be fine. Now that just ends up making more walls for me, I guess. And trust me, like I said, this is all gonna come later. Like it's gonna come full circle in a way. So, actually, you know what? I think I had this. Y'all, I'm gonna talk about it now. So my birthday was last Friday. My birthday was last Friday, and luckily, you know, thank God for Facebook, because like people, like I got at least 20 some people in variation from Facebook to Messenger. Obviously, Messenger being more personal people, wishing me a happy birthday. My cousin's wife actually remembered my birthday. Actually said it to me to my face. Like without me having to, like, you know, bring it up. I went over to pick up the key for Kelly. Speaking of which, that's another thing. I actually donated Kelly to an organization, Cars for Kids, to help kids who want to, you know, get a car easier. But my key was over at my cousin's place because he was going to originally use it, but ended up finding another resource there. So I saw my cousin's wife, and she's always been nice to me. She actually reminds me of an old friend I used to have. Her name's Jackie. my old friend. So like the fact that, like, you know, my cousin's wife remembered my birthday, I was like, that's something Jackie would have done. Even Jay, like once he realized what day it was, I was like, hey, you know, somehow we were having a conversation about what day it was. He's like, wait, dude, that's your day, that's your birthday, happy birthday. I was like, oh shit, yeah, she remembered. Like, yeah, I just didn't know what day it was. A lot of things been going on left and right, right, sideways. So that's something. Danny knew that last Friday was an important day, and she just had to remember that important thing was my birthday. So I consider that a win. I actually had to tell Sue, and she kind of yelled at me because I didn't tell her sooner. I told her, hey, it was the same year last year, and the year before that, and the year before that, and so on and so forth. she was like, yeah, but you have so many birthdays because of your DID. I'm like, no, my birthday hasn't changed. And then like even like Hunter, he messaged me like, yo man, happy birthday, without me even having to say nothing. He just knew. He's like, you, and I told her about, you know, the whole Sue thing. He's like, so if you have so many birthdays, do anybody else celebrate any of the other birthdays, like from the other people, the other versions of you? Is how he says it. And then he's like, if anybody celebrates any of their other birthdays, and do you know their birthdays? Like, and I know everybody's birthday in this house. Sue, April 17th, Chuck, July 13th, Jay, March 1st, Sierra, September 25th, Tyler is August 14th, Bobby's December 20th, CJ's February 12th, Mouse's is March 13th, Big D's March 3rd. Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. Everybody, like, granted, Big D's not in his household, but like he's pretty close. My little sister Rachel, oh well, Michael's little sister Rachel, but you know, her birthday is April 1st. Michael's mom's birthday, which is Rachel's mom's birthday. Well, Rachel's mom, her birthday, I believe. Oh God, I knew it. It's in March. It's in March too. I maybe the 23rd. I know that Danny's is January 17th. No, wait. Caitlin's. Dang, man, this is gonna be hard. All right, so Danny is either, I know it's not February 1st, so but it's Danielle's is like January 17th. Caitlin's like, I knew it when we were talking about it. I did, but I know Brooklyn's birthday, like Caitlin's birthday's in January too, and Brooklyn's birthday is like March 23rd. Princess's birthday is I believe it's next week too, like 26th if I remember correctly. So like, you know, I remember a lot of people's birthdays, so that definitely means a lot. And then Hunter was like, you know, well, do you get things for these people's birthdays? You know, and I'm like, you know, I got to, I did. I got everybody either something that they wanted or something, period. At the very least, maybe a card. I let them know more or less that I remembered. I don't know, and Hunter asking me these questions just kind of got me thinking, you know, where is my place with some of these people, and if my place with them really matters. So, you know, what I mentioned before about the time and energy and effort and everything else like that. I don't know, that all just kind of helped me put things in perspective a little bit. So, I don't know, just things to think about. But Hunter, on the other, Hunter suggested something. He was like, all right, look, I know you're working on this Operation R. And he was like, all right, so if you get this Operation R actually up off the ground and then, you know, finished and completed by September, he will donate to the cause, is how I'm going to put it. I'm still waiting on confirmation letters, excuse me, from the government to send to the Housing Authority as proof of my certain status. Just going to leave it at that. So I'm kind of excited about that. I made a phone call before the video call, well, before the streaming session right now. So I'm trying to get in touch with certain key people about like what needs to be done to kind of make that. I think not because of Hunter donating to the cause, but more or less this is just something I really want to get done. Second Chance Gaming. The hardest thing, honestly, I haven't put up a video on Second Chance Gaming officially for about 3 months now, I believe. Since like Detroit Become Human, and it's because one, I've been doing a lot of streaming, both mainly on Twitch, and another thing is that I'm working on this particular project for Second Chance Gaming, and it's been taking a lot longer than I originally anticipated. Every weekend or every other weekend now since it's June, me and Hunter have been working. We've been doing this thing called rivalry scrimmages, when we just kind of go head to head in certain games. 4 games: Rainbow Six, Tekken, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Dragon Ball FighterZ. We just kind of go head to head. And honestly, each week, I win 1 out of the 4 games. Except for the last 2 weeks, I kept to my 1 game per day in scrimmage. Last week it was Rainbow Six that I won. He won Yu-Gi-Oh. This week we played Tekken and Dragon Ball FighterZ. I won Tekken 7 and he won Dragon Ball FighterZ. So like for some reason I can win 1 a game. And that's it. I definitely need to try to find a way to boot that up to like at least 2 games. I want to try to win the entire weekend somehow. Another thing, somehow because of all the new stuff coming up with Destiny 2, I've actually downloaded that on my computer and been playing that. I played that with Hunter. Downloaded this weekend. We tried it out on Friday. We weren't able to stream it Friday for some reason. It just OBS does not accept that. Like it doesn't see it for some reason. But like we've been playing that. Found out that an old friend of ours from Aces of Gaming, Joe, plays Destiny 2. So yesterday actually we played that for like 4 hours straight. That was pretty cool. So I might try to get WSD into it, bringing back the entire gang of Aces from the Aces of Gaming. So I'm really excited about that. Lately, I've also been playing on my console Borderlands 3. I tried doing a let's try of the game Control from Remedy. I recorded it recently. Well, however, for some reason that day, the phone kept ringing and it was getting annoying. The audio, not from the game, but for myself, because like the headset wouldn't work for some reason. It wouldn't work right, even though it works whenever I'm doing like group chat. It didn't work whenever I was trying to play the game. So, trying to play the game on Twitch, like trying to stream the game on Twitch. Sorry. So like there was many problems, disturbances. So I might just redo it, maybe. I don't know. But also since I've been doing a lot more twitching, that's what I call it, in the past 3 months, I've been I've gotten some friends, some people who I actually enjoy watching, like for instance Foxhound Cat, which is a girl that's from England, who like lately she's been playing a lot of Resident Evil Resistance, which I love watching. Another girl who I know from Twitter, Cobra, she plays games like The Town of Salem, which looks so interesting and so cool. I just don't think I am smart enough, or I even have much of like the free time to play like they do. But I might try to find a way to make that happen. Now, some of you guys who are familiar with my older videos from YouTube know that I used to play with a guy named Nocturnal Pizza, another Facebook friend of mine who was referred to me by a personal friend of mine. I was gonna say her name, and I don't think she'll care. But like, too many people have the same name, and I don't want people to get confused. But it's whatever. But me and Nocturnal Pizza used to play Dead by Daylight like a lot. Now he doesn't play as much because a lot of things are happening in his life. He's becoming a dad. So that's huge news on anybody's report. So like, I'm starting to actually start to follow, like not following per se, but I'm actually starting to have friends on that platform. So that's definitely a good thing. Also last week I realized that Twitch has this like milestone, like kind of like achievements that you can get. And I'm thinking like, okay, I don't care about like being affiliated. I don't care about any of that other stuff. What I do like is like, achievements. Like I chase achievements on my console all the time. So I might just do that for the sake of doing that. Not because I want to be affiliated at all. Like, they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna give you money. I'm like, I don't really care. I just like doing things. So like, there's that. So I might try to do that this month. Like, I don't know. Try to get like, I don't know. Maybe next week I'll actually have the list in front of me and be like, okay, well, I'm gonna try doing this, and this for like July. So like, by now it's gonna be like almost. Actually, no. Officially, it is the halfway point of the month, I believe. Yeah, it is. It's the 15th. So maybe for July I might try to like do one of the achievements for Twitch. I don't know. So the next topic here, the Legacy Project, which is the last topic I'm going to be talking about because I've already talked your ears off for approximately about 30 minutes. So Xavier's mother, my son's mother, said that she didn't really care that I associated the Legacy Project to Xavier. And she made it a point to say that, he's not a legacy. He's a person with his own feelings and emotions and everything else like that. I'm like, yeah, I know that, but he's also a legacy. He's awesome. He's great. And he's going to change the world. Like, I know it might sound like a lot of pressure, but he is. I swear to goodness, if you guys could see him, if I ever get the chance to be able to put him in front of this camera and go, this is my son Xavier, and you see him smile, you couldn't help but to smile. Like, I can just tell he's just going to be good for this world. And I want to be able to help him in his development. I want to be able to help him in his own story. I want to influence him, and I want to help improve on his life. But her words have been kind of echoing in my head for the past week. And I don't know, maybe I'm feeling I'm not doing enough. Or maybe that I'm going about all this stuff wrong. I don't know. It's just something that's been on my head, something that's been on my mind, and I've been kind of thinking about it. I haven't come up with anything really, but like, I'm gonna just keep going forward. If I see a direction that I can go on that would improve things, I'll definitely take that. But I don't know, just the way that she said it, maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I don't think she's right. He is his own legacy. He's not my legacy, not at all. My own story is mine. And my story is, you know, it's not about to be over and untold, but like, you know, it's already been told. It's my own, and all the people involved in it is, you know, that's great and all. But it's kind of like, I don't know, like having like the last Airbender, and then after that, the Legend of Korra. So like, you know, the legacy of Xavier. I don't know. I don't know. I just want to be able to help him, to make him a better person, to be more involved, to help him make the world a better place. By his own terms, if it comes to that. So yeah, and I think that's all I got. I think that is all I got. About 30 minutes. I told you guys I was gonna take it down from like an hour to 30 minutes. It's about 30 minutes of me yapping about. I think I have one more meeting today, so I need to get going and kind of prepare for that. I want to talk to Kitty. I think I want to play Remnant with her. She got her some of her teeth removed, and oh god, like tooth pain is like one of the worst pain, like bone pain, period. Break a leg, like like, you know, you dislocate one thing, but breaking a bone, oh, such a different level of pain. So like, you know, anytime tooth pain, like internal tooth pain, is always like a tough thing. Why say an hour and 31 minutes? I don't know why it says an hour and 31 minutes of the whole thing, but it's not gonna be an hour and 31 minutes. But like, yeah, I definitely want to say things are happening, and I like the way I'm looking at things, and hopefully, I don't know, like, you know, with the whole courthouse thing, if it wasn't for I wouldn't have been able to do as well of a job that she definitely increases the rate of success of that particular task there, and I'm hoping this week we might be able to watch some of the many sides of Jane and maybe work on the legacy, well, not the legacy board, the monthly board, but obviously I'm gonna have to skip the month of June because we're already past the halfway point. I slacked too much. So we're gonna work on July, what things I want to get done in July. Whatever I'm getting done now, I'm just gonna work on getting it completed, forms and all that stuff. Even Operation R, I'm looking at a place right now, but I do feel that maybe, just potentially, it might be a good idea for me to have like a backup plan on that one. So we're definitely getting things done. We're definitely working on moving forward. I wasn't as depressed as I was last year. I broke down last year when like virtually all I got was like maybe like I got a decent number of people who said it to me on Messenger and, you know, Facebook, you know, message board and all that. But I don't know, like, I guess if the whole world can say something, but if the one person who wants to say something to you doesn't say it, then like it's kind of like, so what's the point? So like last year it was Sue, and it was just kind of like really depressing. And I was just like, you know, excuses. Like, even though every year I tell her about it, I don't tell about it usually like the day of. Like, I feel that if you tell somebody about your birthday the day of, then they have to rush to go get it because they didn't think about your birthday or whatever. So I don't know why I told her. I guess I told her because like I from learning my experience from last year, I was like, I don't care. I'm letting you know because it just needs to be put out there. I don't know. Well, anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. It's been a nice chat. 35 minutes, which I'm sorry about the overturn, but like, you know, I'm getting better with it. Thank you guys for watching very much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, catch you all later.